Prince Andrew, Duke of York, is the second son of the late Queen Elizabeth II and the younger brother of King Charles III. Once regarded as one of the more charismatic members of the British royal family, Andrew served as a Royal Navy officer during the Falklands War and later became the UK's Special Trade Envoy, representing British interests abroad. However, his life and royal standing have been overshadowed for decades by his controversial friendship with the convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, a relationship that has led to serious allegations, public outrage, and the loss of nearly all his royal duties and honors. You would ask, who is Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein was a wealthy American financier and socialite with powerful political and celebrity connections, including figures like former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and Donald Trump, and British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell. In 2008, Epstein was convicted of procuring and sexually abusing minors, serving 13 months in a Florida jail after striking a controversial plea deal. Despite his conviction, he continued to mingle in elite social circles until his rearrest in 2019 on federal sex trafficking charges. Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell in August 2019, ruled a suicide before his trial. Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell in August 2019, ruled a suicide. Before his jail term could begin, his death left behind a vast web of unanswered questions about how he managed to exploit underage girls for years and about the prominent men allegedly involved with him. Prince Andrew's connection to Epstein. Andrew's association with Epstein dates back to the late 1990s when he was introduced to Epstein through Ghislaine Maxwell, a British socialite and Epstein's longtime companion. Over the years, Andrew attended several of Epstein's private events and was photographed at his properties in New York and the Caribbean. The relationship became publicly scandalous in 2010 when photos emerged of Andrew walking with Epstein in New York's Central Park. 2 years after Epstein's conviction for sex offenses, despite public backlash, Andrew initially described Epstein as a friend and later said he only met him to end their friendship. The allegations against Prince Andrew. In 2014, Virginia Giuffre, née Roberts, one of Epstein's most prominent accusers, claimed that Epstein trafficked her for sex with powerful men, including Prince Andrew when she was 17 years old. She alleged she was forced to have sex with Andrew on 3 occasions. A now famous photographer reportedly showing Andrew his arm round Giuffre's waist with Maxwell smiling in the background became central to her claims. Andrew has always denied any wrongdoing, insisting he has no recollection of ever meeting Giuffre and claiming the photo could be doctored. In his famous 2019 BBC News site interview, Andrew denied the allegations in detail, saying he was at a Pizza Express in Woking on the night in question could not have been with Giuffre. The interview, however, backfired spectacularly, leading to widespread criticism and his withdrawal from royal duties later. In 2021, she filed a civil lawsuit against Andrew in the US, accusing him of sexual assault. The following year, the case was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. Andrew did not admit guilt, but agreed to make a substantial donation to her charity supporting victims of abuse. In 2022, amid the lawsuit, Buckingham Palace stripped Andrew of his military titles and royal patronage, and he was no longer permitted to use His Royal Highness as a title. The scandal resurfaced in 2024 and 2025 after new documents and emails emerged. Unsealed U.S. court papers mentioned references to alleged sex tapes and underage encounters, though no direct evidence against Andrew has been publicly confirmed. An email reportedly sent by Andrew to Epstein in 2011 saying, "We're in this together," was uncovered by The Sun in 2025, reigniting public outrage. Separately, reports link Andrew to an alleged Chinese spy, raising fresh questions about his judgment and associations. In October 2025, Buckingham Palace confirmed that Andrew could no longer use the title Duke of York or any other royal honors. The statement announced that he would now be simply known as Andrew Windsor, marking the first time in modern royal history that a prince has been formally stripped of such status. The Epstein scandal exposed an international sex trafficking network that exploited dozens of underage girls, some as young as 14. Epstein used his immense wealth and powerful social connections to operate unchecked for years. Maxwell, his longtime associate, was convicted in 2021 for helping Epstein recruit and groom teenage girls for sexual abuse. Many of Epstein's alleged victims have continued to pursue justice through civil cases across his estate and associates. As of late 2025, Prince Andrew, once a senior royal, has lost nearly all public roles, honors, and privileges. Though he continues to deny all allegations, the shadow of the Epstein case has permanently tarnished his reputation and further strained the image of the British monarchy. Buckingham's Palace October 2025 statement signaled a definitive end to Andrew's royal standing, describing the move as necessary to protect the integrity of the monarchy.